Talking about going hard.
Yeah.
Talking about promotion.
Yeah.
We're talking about not rushing, but taking it right on time.
Hey, rush them. Same way.
Rush the same way. What you have to say, Steve?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, SteveRush to the program. What's up, brother?
What's going on, man? Long time.
It's been a long day. Steve and I go back like ancient history days for ATL.
Probably like 20 years though.
Somewhere in that range.
That's
somewhere in that
good.
range. Yeah.
Welcome to APAB.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, you're quite. You suited up. You ready?
So let's
Ready
let's
for the game?
let's speak of people the history. All right. So how long have you been in the ATL?
Since 95.
Since '95. And when did you start promoting events in the ATL?
99.
99. So for 4 years in, and
The ground running.
yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is over 2 decades of solid, reliable promotion. That means it's not like a fly by night. You know, when you see the promotion, and you know the artist not gonna show up, or you show up at the venue and didn't look like anything on the flyer or any of these things, right? It's no bandulu thing, right?
not the reputation.
SteveRush.
No, absolutely not.
SteveRush has a strong reputation here in the ATL of bringing quality events. Why is that so important for you? That you know, like when somebody comes to a SteveRush party, that they it's quality.
Because they're spending their money. So you have to just respect your crowd.
Yeah.
You understand? People taking the time to come out and party with you. Give them a certain level of quality, man, so them can enjoy themselves and them step up, especially now. Back then, you didn't have the Instagram and TikTok. Now everybody with their phone and taking pictures. So you want the place looking proper, you know?
Right. And
What is that image? What is that image that you're setting? What is that stage that you are setting for your crowd?
With this event,
Yes.
just sexiness. It's Easter weekend. We're set up. I don't know if anybody been to Elevation or you guys have been out there, but we're not doing it inside. It's an outdoor event.
okay.
So we're gonna dress up the place, and pretty much how the flyer look is how we want the theme outside as well.
All right. So tell us about the full thing. Therapy.
So therapy now, just in light of the there's a lot of toxicity going on to me right now in the environment, and I couldn't think of just something peaceful, something somewhat festive, and where people can just come out and relax, and you don't have to really worry about the bottles and all of that type of thing. Just a nice party, dress up, come out and have a good time.
Yeah.
It's a safe space.
Safe space. There you go. Working with that therapy. I like that.
Therapeutic party vibes.
Right.
Yeah. Leave the stressors at the door. Leave them outside. Right.
Leave them in your yard.
There you go.
From you hitting the car, that's good energy towards therapy.
There you go. So when you show up to therapy, who's on the bill?
The bill, we have Code Red on there, Dr. Eason from Miami, Super Tech, Marlon, Revolution, Bugsy Bam Bam.
Okay. And why this combination of DJs to provide the vibes?
They all have different styles, but they complement each other. So you have from the uptown vibes to the soca vibes to just our own party, and all the DJs can fill in all capacity. The bad man tune them to the girl tunes, name it, they have it.
Right. So 20 years in the game in the ATL.
Congratulations.
You know, you've seen the fledgling years, right? The growth.
Hey.
Where would you say right now? Would you say ATL party scene is Caribbean party scene throughout the 20 plus years that you've been here? Where would you rank it right now?
It's still up there, man. It's everybody come to Atlanta still. It's not New York, it's not Florida, but it's straight to Atlanta, and it's dope.
Okay.
It's a lot of new events now compared to what was happening back then. It's a lot of parties going on.
Right.
On any given night, you can go out and go to a Caribbean event.
Which is true. Just true.
Now.
Yeah.
And then you have some parties you can just go out and go straight to a soca party only.
Right.
Soca, which you didn't have back then.
Representation is there. It's true.
Very true. Now, back then, the numbers at each individual event were larger, right? We had real dance floor venues that were 2,000-3,000
Right.
people. Now we're having much smaller venues, and so I've seen a lot more events, but not necessarily maybe greater numbers overall. while the Caribbean population here has increased over the years, why do you think that is, that more people don't come out?
I don't know. I think the older people, Atlanta is a laid back place, compared to most places. So the working people here, they're making their money and they just chill. They'll come out every now and then to different events, The younger kids now, they're Jamaicans. So unless you have kids that just grow up in the Caribbean and still have that vibe, they're American kids.
Okay.
So they don't party like how we used to party back in the day. We were a little bit more raw with all the things that we're doing.
Right.
This generation now, they're just different. They don't drink as much, they don't smoke as much. It's just a whole different vibe altogether.
They're in their phones more in the parties than
Right.
really, people used to come out to really party.
They don't
back
even
then.
dance.
Yeah. It's tricky for me to kind of get with it, knowing where it was coming from and knowing, the thing wasn't about pretending that you were having a good time, but
Right.
really you're being in that real experience.
Everybody used to get dressed for get downtown or wherever the party is to go meet a woman.
Yeah.
Now it's just, I think it's the same, but it's just different. Like you said, everybody's on their phone like this, and even when they're in the parties, they're doing that.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Well, we had a whole pandemic. How did that affect your promotions and your outlook now on how you go out and promote?
Well, that's a tough one. During that time, I really wasn't doing nothing but attending people's events. Because I'm on and off, I'll say, for the most part.
Like cross-promoting, also
Yeah.
sharing in other people's events.
Right. During that time, I was doing that. So I go Florida a lot. New York wasn't really anything, so I was back and forth almost monthly going to Florida.
Okay.
Because they didn't really close down there. And we didn't close either.
Right.
So it's just back and forth.
Yeah, nice.
Got you. Florida, Jamaica, Atlanta, right? How are we doing there?
Florida will be, I'm biased. Florida is number one.
Is it the beaches? Because
Just the vibe and the venue. Florida always been that place to me though. From my show my age, from Miami Vice days.
right.
Florida just always.
There was a new version of the Miami Vice. So yeah, there's the originals
The remix.
and then the remakes.
Right, remake. Well, I like the original.
Classic,
Yeah.
Classic.
Philip Michael Thomas, right? There you go.
What Tubbs and
There you go.
But Florida always had that lifestyle, just living, period. Because like in Miami Vice days, man, I drive around a Porsche and Lamborghinis. You didn't really see that in New York or anywhere else. Or you used to see that in California too.
Right,
But Florida was the real deal on that.
Okay.
And California closed early. Florida around the clock like New York.
Yeah. Real adult city for real. They have even clubs there where the DJs are on shift, right? So you have a third shift DJ.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, man. Right through 24/7, no stop.
I used to go out, what was it, I think it's Space, at like 5, 6 o'clock in the morning
Yeah, man.
till,
Whenever.
10, 11
In the
the
morning.
next day.
Just wake up to the sunrise.
just club hopping.
Yeah.
I used to do that in New York too. Used to leave like the Caribbean part of them in the Bronx and then go down to Manhattan and go like the tunnel till next day.
Yeah.
Meatpacking district and
Go listen to more house music.
It was a different time. Just everything was very different in Venice. So therapy, right?
How are you bringing that therapy to Atlanta, right?
Yeah,
Cool.
well, see, just like when we're speaking with Entice Mass, and they were saying, they travel a lot as well to see what is, other places might be offering to make sure that Atlanta isn't missing out. So when they come back to Atlanta, they say, oh, wait, Florida was doing this really cool thing,
Right.
or Pittsburgh, or, had this thing, and they want to incorporate all of that back here as well. Do you kind of do the same kind of market research out
Yeah,
there?
man. When you Kessa, she all over the place.
Yeah.
And you see that with her production with the girls and setting up the whole carnival crew. You definitely do that. When you go to Florida, I went to what event I went to? Milk and Honey. During COVID time, that event was in a parking lot. Not a parking lot, parking deck.
Okay.
When you were in the event, you couldn't tell that you're in a parking deck.
It's packed out.
It's packed up about the decor
The
and
decor,
how
they
everything
create
look.
the
You completely
environment.
forget that. Wait a minute, I'm in a parking lot. So you kind of see little things and see setups, and you try incorporate that in what you're doing. And Florida, that's another thing. Florida is always, and Jamaica too, is always ahead when it comes to things like that.
You have to be creative.
Man, the designs and the stuff they come up with out there, it's ridiculous. Jamaica,
Yeah.
top tier thing.
I always thought with the ATL, things kind of broke down a little bit after the colors, right? You'd have the white party, the black party, the red party, the green party. I'm like, it's not a theme, folks. You just call it a color. It's not a theme. You know, for me, you got to really encapsulate the theme into everything. You know, the drinks at the bar, the food that you serve, you know, the decor that you
Everything,
bring
the
in
whole
to
setup and look
set
at the
the
place.
whole right thing to really encapsulate the theme, not just wear a color. You know,
And we did that back in the day too. We had the cover, we did Hyperactive way back. It was about wear red, get red. And we read out the whole place, literally. Cups and all the little things that we put up there, we wanted it. But then and then we tell everybody to wear reds, which a lot of people did. We didn't even have an alternative. Like if you don't wear red, wear something else.
yeah.
And then people started doing everything else. Black party, red party, blue party, army colors.
Right. And that was just the only change. They weren't going as deeper into the
Orange and
it
all
was
the
just
other
it was just change of color. You know. So so therapy. Tell the people where it's gonna be.
Therapy, elevation, in Conyers. It's a lot of ways to get to that venue. It's not as far as you think. It's real close. If you're in Stelville, 10 minutes to get there. It's 20 East. Exit, you can get off at exit 78, which is Sigmund Road, make a left, about 5 minutes down the street on the right-hand side.
Okay.
But pretty sexy venue, man. Nice venue.
I was just about to ask you now the parking. How's the parking?
There's
Steve?
parking there, and we have support from the other businesses around to use their facilities as well.
Okay.
And we should have a shuttle out there moving people around.
Nice. Well lit.
Yes. All the gas stations lights up out there.
All right. It's not the boonies, folks. It's
No,
Conyers,
no.
but it's not the boonies. That's why I want to make sure people know. And
No,
then,
you're not in the hood, so the one that's supposed to thief people car and breaking cars and
that
stuff
bad.
like that. You're in Conyers, you'll go to jail.
yeah.
They don't play out there.
No, and the event is outdoors.
Okay.
It's outdoors. 'Cause a few people didn't realize that they thought it was inside, but it's not. It's outdoors.
So what's the time?
3 until 10.
3 p.m. until
And when it's at 10, we mean 10 music, lock off.
now. It's funny. Yeah, that was the next thing I was going to ask you, right? Because I was at the quote unquote day party, yeah, but it seemed like either the promotion didn't reach out to people that it's supposed to be a day party thing. So literally, as people are leaving, it's like you have two shifts.
Another set of people
Another
coming
set
in.
of people that are coming in.
And that's not it.
And you know, and so they did extend. I think they went like a couple hours over. But I was thinking, promoter-wise, that means if you had contracted the venue for a certain block of time,
Now you have to
that
pay
means
for that additional
and it's
time.
additional time, and everybody who's working, that's now overtime. That's double time for the extra time.
You're
That
making more
is.
money, but it's going into.
I mean, you know,
Spending it back out.
right. So this is a day event.
Day event. Get there early. That's highly suggested, especially with parking. And come out and have a good time.
Yeah, and there's no overage. It's not going till midnight. It's not going
No,
till 2
absolutely
a.m.
Ladies dress sexy, but because you're outdoors, maybe wear some cute flats.
Yeah, man, definitely.
Bring a change of shoes, some cute flats.
Now, Mr. P, would you put the flyer back up there? On there, we see purple is a dominant color. Is that the?
Yeah.
That's right. That's the suggested theme color for
Okay.
the event.
Royal.
It's Easter weekend, so that's why I kind of tying those colors together.
I love it. It's very royal.
Yeah. I think we have a little video clip as well from the promotion here.
Somebody.
They didn't have the graphic flyers back in '99.
Boy,
Okay.
I was gonna say that is explosive.
Yeah, man.
No, we definitely didn't have that.
I love
But we had
how
the die cut flyers though.
Yes,
Listen,
that's true. That was the creative thing.
listen. 99 was Highlander's first year, all right? So Steve first doing his first events, and we first getting paid to play music anywhere.
Yeah, it was a
99.
bunch of us. Everything was like the first time.
Yeah.
During that time.
People just don't understand that there's a handful. I can Steve is amongst them. Terrence is amongst them. Weber, the late Mark Stewart, rest in peace.
Mark Stewart.
Really created
Trends.
a lot of what we see. Trends.
Body codes.
Shout out to Precise as well.
Size.
You know, that just really created a lot of what people think they might have come along and created here. But those
Changes.
things were
Jason, remember Jason took
Jason,
changes?
Sharpbar, he was one of the first to do a crossover, not crossover event, but use an American known spot to do a Caribbean event downtown, you know, and then later on, like the Precises and Steve's came along and pushed
Started
the
doing
trends.
stuff at Kaya and different places
yeah,
like that.
you know, Mosaic
Kaya,
Crew
wow.
as well, you know, Corey Musson and them were
Yeah,
out there
Corey
also.
Mosaic, yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, we've seen ATL grow. In terms
And then we
of
get
parties.
older and have kids, and then we'd have to take some break. I took a break. I took a long break.
Yeah. And just observing, you know, Budget's song where he said, I give them a chance to run the place and they never run it. So I have to step back out. And just,
No, man, it's a lot happened, man. Atlanta really changed a lot now, even since COVID. And it's good seeing it. Rum Punch, look at what them guys doing down there.
oh yeah. That's national levels right there.
Right.
Like literally, I would argue to say the top Caribbean event in the country, period. And
Yeah, I don't see nobody doing that anywhere in the US.
yeah.
Ridiculous numbers. And it's a good vibe, good lineup and DJs and the different food trucks and stuff. That
yeah.
So that's good. That's good for the city.
Very good.
Culture, yeah.
Real talk.
And I think that's what therapy is going to bring is some culture.
Yes.
To
Just a
people's
combination of different people, old, young, all partying together. Not so much about sections and everybody. I don't want nobody standing up and posing up.
Yeah,
But I just want to see people dance and have a good time.
Yes.
that's what it is.
We don't have a lot of that anymore. Everybody just kind of in the party them and just chill and smoke and hookahs and bottles and not really party with each other.
Yeah. Well, you know, you have tables everywhere now. Where you had a dance floor back in the day. You
Right.
know, it's like standing room only with you know just
Right.
So it's a way different way of partying.
And engaging with others. Like you said, people are social distancing on their phones. We need to get back to, like you say, a little rub-a-dub style.
Yeah, but you know, and I'm glad you have the variety of DJs that you have on the party, because I always feel that there's a lack of a balance in a lot of the parties nowadays, where you got a lot of the new school, right, but not necessarily some of the classic that we grew up right, and I think partly that's why some of the more mature crowd doesn't come out more often,
Right.
because there's not even a segment now in the dance that cater to them.
No,
you know.
they just stick with the top 10 and that's about it.
Yeah, I mean,
And they're playing a song for 5 seconds or less. Like, yo, it's in, out.
there you go.
Yeah, you don't even get the chorus now.
At some point, I wonder if, because when Highlander, hit the scene, right? One of our things was the pace of the juggling. We juggled fast. However, we were still on Techniques 1200s, right?
Right.
It's only so fast you can go. But pretty much we say, and the thing was to translate that energy with the smooth transitions, because that's the thing that we kind of brought in, where you could go from hip hop to dancehall to whatever, and smooth transitions right across the board, because we're playing in so many American venues, and we had to maintain that
have a
level
balance,
of
right.
right. And I think what's happened now is kind of like a perversion of that. Guys have just gone faster and faster because of this technology allows them to go faster and faster. Back in the day, I remember when, if entertainers weren't doing good, right, a Jamaican crowd would let you know real fast.
I'll let you know quick. Come off that stage.
Yeah. I don't see that nowadays. I hear people complaining about stuff, but
they don't.
they're still accepting it or not, not really putting their feet down and saying, no, we're not going to accept
Well,
this.
You can't. Well, if they're not complaining, you can't do nothing about that.
But,
Because
sir,
they're accepting.
but they're complaining, but they're not putting the action behind the complaint because they'll tell you, yo, some of them are juggle fast. Right? But you still show up. You paid your money again. So why would the promoter think anything is wrong?
That is definitely a problem. But I think it's up to the promoter to tell the DJs how to play, and don't rush the dance. If you have 4 or 5 people in the lineup, there's no reason at 3, 4 o'clock you're playing a top 10 song.
Right.
There's too much music out there to do that, and you shouldn't be repeating songs. That's another thing.
Right.
At all.
Yep.
I come from, this new era, they'll play the song that I heard when I first walked through the doors. And not to say, new people haven't come in, but I like to hear a variety of music.
Yeah.
I like to hear a little early warm.
Or
and
late
go
in the
into
dance, they
night.
come with, let me start the dance now. So what was happening before?
Not play it.
Right.
Well, else you've been playing for hours. Something supposed to play, right? How you say you're not playing that yet?
You come right before the dance goes, you have another hour, let me start the dance, yes, sir. Start.
Right.
I need my soul, and I need my golden era, the 90s, then I need my hip hop, the 90s, New York scene.
Everything. You get your R&B stuff, you get your, the hip hop stuff. It's supposed to be a balance of all of that.
Yeah.
They don't even play reggae anymore.
Yeah. Real talk.
No real early one where you hear some nice cultural
But that's
music
what I'm
straight
saying,
across the
Steve.
board.
There's more people out here who would come out to more sessions, but there's not even
Correct.
a half an hour that say, all right, I can
Come
hear
dedicated to this
damn your
now.
music. Not even a half an hour, So, and those are the people who have the money because it's bigger people, right? Grown folk
That's
and
true.
thing and things, right? They have money and spend. I remember back in the days in the Royal Peacock, before 1:30 in the morning, you didn't hear no kind of
Not hearing
juggling,
nothing
nothing. What?
It's true.
Well, or if you heard new, but it was still reggae. It was
Right.
one drop reggae, still introducing you to some. Here's the new berries or something like
Right.
that. At the time, but it wasn't no news. Anyway, on the 4th.
These nowadays
on the 4th,
DJs.
On the 4th, it's going to be all right. The 4th of April, it goes down. Elevation is the place to be, and that is Conyers, 1180 Sigmund Road, Conyers, Georgia. For more info, 404-867-5669 and at SteveRush them events.
You can go rush them events to get tickets, www.jbc.life. Not .com, jbc.life.
jbc.life. Life we say.
Yeah, man.
More life.
More life.
Yeah. Thank you for coming out, brother. Appreciate
having
you.
me. Thank you
rolling
both.
through.
For having us.
Listen. I gotta get me some purple. I don't know if I have purple in my
Purple and
wardrobe. I gotta get me some purple. It's good.
Or just wear what you have. Just come out nice and enjoy yourself.
Well, we can always do that.
It's Easter, It's Easter, so you have a lot of colors to play with. Just come out something colorful, regardless of the theme.
I like it. There you have it. The man himself said it right there. Thank you, Steve. Please, anytime you got anything,
Yeah, man,
just
we'll link up
roll
again
through.
because we got to talk about soccer as well. Long time I don't see you on the ball field.
This is true. I've been brushing off the cobwebs. Yeah. No. Listen.
forget back out there,
I
but
was
forget
on
back on
the
the
field. I was on the field with Steve. Right now, Steve plays with some fellas. Right, who don't recognize the fact that I'm now a senior member of and these guys still play like if they want to win the Premier League tomorrow. Right. So.
Kick where your foot.
Yeah, listen,
That's because him can play good. So
but what I had to
comes with the
realize,
skill.
I had to take my time and get back up to speed though, because they already going at 100 miles. They really ball out there. Thursday still the run.
Every Tuesday and Thursday. from
Tuesday and
8
Thursday.
to 10 p.m.
All right, I'm gonna brush off the cobwebs. and get back out there. I gotta do. We gotta stay healthy. We gotta stay fit. Right? This is it.
Yeah.
All right.